Welcome back to another episode of Shabbat Shmooze. This week's Parsha is Parshat Teruma. This Parsha is all about the building of the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary where Hashem's Shechina, His presence, would dwell among Bnei Israel. Hashem commands the Jewish people, "Vayikchu li terumam et kol ish asher yidveno libo tikchu et terumati," and they shall take from me a portion from every man whose heart motivates him, and you shall take my portion. So this pasuk is teaching all of us such a profound lesson. Giving for Hashem is not just about the money. It's about the heart. Hashem didn't demand a fixed amount per person for the Mishkan. Instead, Hashem asked for contributions from those whose hearts were moved and motivated and inspired to give towards the building of the Mishkan. So, in fact, the Mishkan wasn't built from taxation. It was built from voluntary donations. This is something that all of us can learn from. This is Hashem saying, I don't care what you give. I care how you give it. It's the way your heart feels as you do something. And in fact, the play on words that vayikchu should be, and they gave, but it's and they take for Hashem. So Chazal ask, why isn't it and they gave? Hashem right away answers this with the concept of those who give, and give with a happy heart, give with meaning, they're really going to be taking in the end. They're really going to be the recipients of Hashem's chesed, the beneficiaries of Hashem. So, I have a story that happened to me this week that I think many of you may have already known. But this week, yesterday, I had to give something to Hashem. Yesterday, I underwent surgery to remove a tumor on the left side of my breast. And I had promised Hashem that I will do it with so much joy in my heart. And I promised Hashem and my children that I will dance into the OR. And I can't tell you how much this elevated the experience, not just for me, but for all the surgeons and nurses and doctors in the OR. They said, not often does a woman dance into the room when she's having breast cancer surgery. But that's the way I chose to do it. And I begged Hashem and I davened, let that be my giving to you so that I can be the taker of your chasadim. I have a friend who often jokes that when she cooks in a bad mood, her food tastes bad. So her husband will take a bite of her dinner and say, you were angry when you cooked, weren't you? So I want to give everyone here spiritual homework. This week, because of the Parsha of Teruma, where Hashem wants us to give, not just with money and stam, just throwing things. No, Hashem says do it with meaning. Give with your heart. So I want you guys and myself to practice this spiritual homework. When you're cooking for your family, be happy, smile, dance, put on music and dance in the kitchen. It will make your food taste yummier. When you give to somebody via a phone call, find someone who can benefit from a call, a pick-me-up, a boost, a chizuk. Call them, but don't just call them stam. Call and smile while you're talking on the phone. It actually makes your voice sound different. And it comes through to the listener that you're happy to be speaking to them. When someone comes to you this week for tzedakah, don't make them feel like a shmata. Give with your heart. Say, thank you for the opportunity to do this chesed. I was looking for someplace meaningful to give my meiser. This week, don't just give. Give with your heart. And let us really take in the promise from Hashem that when you give with a happy heart and when you give kindly, you will always be the recipient of chasadim from Hashem. My dear Kosherdotcom family, I'm waiting for important results for the next 2 weeks. I'm asking you to please daven for me, Micha Bat Dina, to hear wonderful news about the pathology of my situation. And I cannot wait to update all of you with amazing Besorot Tovot, and we will party like never before. Whew! I love you all so much. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.